I guess we are live.
Okay, cool.
Yes, and we are live. Hi guys, my name is Aisha and I'm in the marketing team at Newton School. First of all, thanks for watching our AMA session on a Sunday. Um, and for those of you who don't know what Newton School is, who we are, and what we do, we are an edtech platform that teach full stack development in the course of 5 months. And what is special about is that you only pay us after your placement. So what that means is there is zero upfront fees. Once you get placed with a job that pays you 6 LPA, that's when you pay us back. Right now, of late, we've been getting a lot of questions from our audience that they want to talk to the students, what their success story has been like. So we have one such alumni today. His name is Jenish. Jenish, can you wave at the camera and say hi to everyone?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
And for those of you who know Janish, just put a thumbs up in the comment section. I want to know how many of you all already know Janish. Okay, so Janish, how has your Sunday been so far?
So far, though, it has been great. Like, we are, matlab, now, we only get 2 days for enjoyment or let's say relaxing. Now, like the whole week has been pretty much packed up. So yes, just relaxing the weekends.
Thank you so much for coming on a Sunday to doing this, right? Because a lot of people have questions about how you made it to one of the hottest startups in India right now. That is Rapido. You're placed at Rapido now, right?
Yes.
So, how do you feel about it? First of all, how do you feel being placed in a startup, one of the most sought after startups in India?
So like working here at Rapido, basically like any product-based company. So like it excites me every day because each and every day I like there is something new that I have to either learn or work upon. So there is not even a single day like when I feel bored or like get fed up with working. So everything is every day is exciting and like I enjoy being working here
So
so far.
every day is something new that you get to
Yes,
learn,
every
right?
day is something new. Correct. And people here, like when we are working at the startup, so all the people or colleagues here are so much cooperative, and like the culture here is something different. Like, and since I come from an electrical background, so there is a huge difference which I see when I used to work in, let's say, for a corporate sort of company to a startup here.
Okay, so you're from an electrical background.
Yes.
So how did your love of programming start, or when did it strike you? Ki, bhai, I actually like this and I want to do this in life. So when did that happen to you?
So actually, it was not like I always wanted to be being placed in an IT company or let's say work in a startup. So my previous aim was like I would pursue my that knowledge of electrical engineering and would get a job in the same. But when I was searching for jobs, so I was not getting like jobs that were having a good enough pay scale or like a place where I would be enjoying every day to go around and work there. And also like I was also much interested towards electronics and programming, so I was much into automation and programming things, and that led me to go somewhere in the stream of IoT. So I was developing few IoT products meanwhile before this, and that led me more my interest inclined towards web development, and after that I found Newton School. And yes.
Okay, so during this time of kind of discovering that you like programming, right?
uh,
Were you confused? Because I'm guessing you were already in college, and
uh,
yeah, you were already in college, and there's always this state of confusion when you want to switch to something else.
yes.
You don't know how to start, who to go to, who to seek for advice. So, what was the first step that you did before joining Newton School? Maybe you looked at some resources, some courses. So, what was the thing you did?
So, like before joining Newton School, what I used to do, like I used to search around courses at Udemy or any other most online programming courses, and I was thinking like if I could learn either a single language and if I could get placed in a some sort of company and give a head start to my career from there. So I even joined a IT company in Surat, like where I was. It is my hometown. So there also like it is sort of an MNC company. So I was not much enjoying that. Like we only used to work upon single technology. Like it is sort of an iterative task that we used to work there. And then to like I thought ki I should either learn something more because it is the starting phase of my career and I do not want the whole life of mine to go in the same way. So yes, like I was continuously searching for some online courses or so, but yes, till then like I was confused ki what I should do or what not because I was not having any clue about it.
So coming to coming to becoming a programmer, right?
Huh.
So what were the first few difficulties? Maybe if you can name one difficulty that you came across a lot, the most hardest thing you have ever come across, and how did you overcome it?
So like there were a couple of challenges when I first started into, let's say even when I started with Newton School, like with programming. So there are many technical jargons that being a computer science student people use,
Yeah,
and there are not much thing that I am aware to, like what is a DB or what is an interface or what is an object oriented programming language. So I was more sort of like working around with wires, cables, and electronic actuators or something. And suddenly everything got switched to a different scenario. Like each and everything that we used to talk like got changed, and I was not having any clue about it. So I had to start everything from the scratch. So like those jargons, like even now sometimes they trouble me. But yes, now I'm like used to it. But yes, those were few of the things like I would get problem in understanding.
so you told me about jargons, right? So
Huh.
how important are these jargons? And whenever you come across a new jargon, how do you go about finding out what it is? Do you have to do it immediately? Do you talk to people, or do you just Google it like everybody else? What do you do?
So first of all, like I just straight away ask the person from whom I hear it. Like I do not hesitate ki like what he will think or so, because like since I'm new to industry, so I always prefer ki if I get a knowledge directly from the person who is there or using that particular thing, then it would be better rather than searching on my own. So first I get a sort of KT or basic background about the thing from the person itself, and then I go and do a research on my own ki yes, what is this thing or what I need to learn about it more.
Yeah, I think it's very important because most of us, if we don't know something, we hesitate and hold back,
Uh,
thinking that they'll consider us as, you know, someone who doesn't know a lot. So we end up not asking questions.
uh,
So I think asking questions is very important, right? It's
yes.
very important.
Even like there was a sir, so like before engineering, so when I was in school, so there was a sir in our school, so he always used to say ki whenever you don't know something, gadhe ban jao. मतलब do not even like think what other people will think, क्योंकि वो लोग तुम्हें नहीं जानते, like they do not know you and they won't come in your like any way, like कभी भी तुम्हारे फ्यूचर के अंदर कभी आएंगे नहीं. बट इफ यू विल लाइक हेजिटेट एंड डू नॉट लेट्स से फिनिश अप योर क्वेस्ट, सो तब वो चीज ट्रबल करती रहेगी तुम्हें हमेशा.
Very, very true. Very beautifully said. So, Jenish, I would like to know, you were a freelancer, right?
Yes.
So how did that work out for you? Because I hear that freelancing is nice. You can work from
Huh.
anywhere and you can get work and you do things on your own terms.
Yes.
So how did this sudden switch happen from being a freelancer to opting out for a full-time job?
Sure. So like I was freelancing, in that I was developing IoT products. So like what I was doing was I was having few clients for which I used to develop custom made IoT products as per their requirement. So the only problem that I faced at that time was once we straightforward like jump into freelancing, there are few other things that we need to know about the industry and the market, how those things function. Like when we come out from college, there is not much clarity about the things that how they work or how things are worked in industry. So even if we let's say deliver something to our client, we always felt there is something missing or we can learn something more. So like that was also a reason ki I thought ki it is better ki get at the initial level of my career I should get a exposure from the industry as well and get into a full time job.
Got it. Now, coming to the Newton School course, right? So when you were doing the Newton School course, were you freelancing? Were you working? What was going on?
So I was freelancing for the starting couple of months, but after that like I was in constantly touch with Siddharth, who is also the co-founder of Newton School. So he once said ki, if you are confident enough on yourself and if you matlab, want to straightforward switch your careers, so give a break to us freelancing and dedicatedly focus on the learnings of Newton School and the course that we are having. And so I dropped out my freelancing work, like I wrapped up and handed over to my colleague who was like operating with me. And like at the last couple of months, I was only doing Newton School, like doing all the courses or the mock interviews and all. So yes, this was my curiosity.
So how well was the course structured? Was it hectic? And one more question is one very important question I want to ask is many people think that the course is easy and you don't really have to put any hard work. So why don't you put a word out to people who really need to know that hard work is equally important from your side as well?
No, so it is मतलब not as such कि it is straightforward easy कि बस वो लोग जो बता देंगे and that is the straightforward thing कि you need to use in projects or when you go in the interviews. Those were the only questions that were being asked. So at Newton School or let's say any other courses, so they give us a basic what sort of framework मतलब they prepare us for all the basic things, and not even basic matlab, most of the things in Newton School were directly being used in my interviews as well. But there was a lot of efforts that was needed from my side as well. What I used to do, I since I was completely new to this field, so I used to dedicate 4 hours of my own daily sort of to practice on those things. Either it is DSA or either it is full stack. So whatever was required at that particular moment of time, and I always tried to remain stuck to the timeline that was given to us from Newton School. If we need to submit some projects or we need to do something at those time, so I used to like set a timeline for me also. If it is set to be done by that day, so I can do it, because if I like stack over the things, it will get over, like the stack would build up eventually and I would not be able to complete it.
Okay, so apart from what Newton School, the team at Newton School asks you to do, you dedicated 4 hours of your own to make sure you do justice to the course, right? And
Yes.
yourself.
uh,
Yes, makes sense. One more question. What I wanted to ask was, how many projects have you worked on or assignments that you've done in Newton School, and which was your most favorite and fun one to do?
So my most favorite project was the first project. Since like I was completely new, so the first project that I made was like a kickstart key. Whenever I made like a thing, so I could directly ask my friend to use it up. Like it was hosted on the web platform, so I could directly I sent my link to the friend. This is the game that I created. It was basically a whack-a-mole game. So I like send it out to all of my college friends and a few of my school friends too. Please try it on, give my feedback. So they all liked it, and that was the most exciting project like I had. After that, I made even bigger projects. But yes, that was the first project like I enjoyed making, and like that was my favorite.
Okay. And do these projects help you in your current work?
Yes, because like most of the learnings that we had in the class, so those were essentially used in the projects. So projects were essentially a key point, like where we could apply the learning and learn even more efficiently. Because courses में तो ऐसा हो जाता है, like they straightforward spell out those things, and if we do not try them, like we eventually forgot them. So yes, projects are equally important according to me.
Got it. So we'll take a few questions from the comment section.
Sure.
Abhishek asks you, what was the duration of your internship at Rapido, and how was the whole selection process, and how many rounds of interviews did you have?
So my internship was supposed to be of 3 months, but because of the lockdown, like it extended over a month, and the total internship which I did here was of 4 months. And for Rapido, like there was only a single telephonic round, so they took a sort of half an hour to 1 hour round in which they asked all the full stack skills and other thing. So they basically sorted out on the basis of resume first, and on the basis of the project that we have submitted in Newton School, like they went through it, and they shortlisted few of the students from there, and they took telephonic interviews of few of us, and two of us got selected, like me and Hari Krishna.
Okay, got it. All right. The next question is, what technologies are you currently working on?
So currently I'm working on JavaScript, Node.js. Like I learned here Java also. in Java, like web programming basically. And I'm also working on Golang.
All right. So I have a question for you. So when you're working and you get stuck somewhere, right? Who's your go-to person?
So my go-to persons are still like the friends or the circle that I've developed in Newton School. So we have a sort of 24/7 emergency group of our own. So we sort 6 or 7 guys of like we are friends at Newton School. So we are constantly in touch with each other at WhatsApp group. So whenever some or the other person face any difficulty, so we just dump out our like problems in that group, and one or the other person either resolves it or like gives us the point key from where we can start.
Nice. So y'all are still in touch and still help each other out, right?
Yes.
Awesome. That's great to hear. So there's one comment in the comment section saying it is really inspiring to know that you were a hardware engineer and now you're with one of the best companies. So
Thank
kudos to that. Okay, now moving on, I have a few rapid fire questions. So basically, I'll ask you questions. Whatever comes in your mind first is something you're supposed to answer.
uh,
Okay. The first question is, if you could do something else other than programming, what would it be and
so
why?
if I could, okay, so if I could do anything else, I would be developing IoT hardwares because like the second thing which excites me after programming is developing those hardwares.
Nice. So you still have a little bit of touch with that. So you can
Yes.
align that part of you. Great. Kill, marry, hook up. Three languages. Which one would you kill? Which one would you marry? And which one would you hook up with? And why?
Okay, so I would kill Golang because like I'm learning it right now and it requires a lot of structure interfaces to use. Like it is not straightforwardly a sort of what say dynamically typed language if we can speak. So we have to define data types and struct for each and everything that we use. So I would marry JavaScript because it is very simple and easy to use, and I would hook up with Java because it is like I want to learn it, and it is sort of in between Java and Golang, JavaScript and Golang.
Got it. Got it. All right. One piece of advice that you would give a beginner level program.
uh, like just practice if I can say. Yes, because like if I could tell it with my journey, so I was not having any clue about DSA, like which is the main other thing that at Newton School they are teaching to us. So when I first jumped into Newton School, so they said ki we would also be having a sort of DSA structure in our course. So the first question I asked was, what is DSA? And I was not having any clue about it. And like people in computer science programming, they take it very seriously. Like there are programming challenges and code challenges on DSA. So like how I basically made me efficient in this that thing was I practiced day and night. Like sort of I used to practice on Lead Code on any other platform that I can get. So that I can actually patch up with those students who are working on it from a long time.
Got it. Got it. So, guys, practice. That's the only way to go about it, right? One was, if there's one thing that you aspire to build with your power of programming, what would it be?
So I would like to build a GitHub like website for sort of writing, like story writing and any other sort of writing. Like we have scripts and movie writers in around us. So I would like to develop a sort of crowd writing platform in which anyone can join and like they can have reviews on it. Like we have for code reviews on GitHub, and we can like collaboratively write few stories and develop it from our own. So yes.
So, are you a movie fan? Are you a movie buff? Do you like watching a lot of movies?
Like I do watch movies and see TV series regularly.
So, if you while you're building this, if you could put up a team,
Huh.
then who all from Newton School, who all would be there in that team?
So like from Newton School, I'm sure ki Hare Krishna would be there. Me and Prateek Swan. Like these three are my go-to person. Like Prateek, Hare Krishna, and I would say Shubham, Anirudh, Abhishek, Sahil Tyagi. So yes, these people I would first approach. Like these are the people who are in my group as well. So
Awesome.
yes.
All right. So that's about it for our rapid fire. We'll take a few more questions from the comment section. Uh, Vipul asks us, were there any DS questions asked in the Rapido interview? And if yes, then what were they?
So there were no DS question in Rapido, but for other companies, yes, there were DSA round as well. Like in Rapido, they were purely selecting on the basis of my full stack programming skills. So yes, no DSA questions.
Got it. Uh, Rakesh Tomar asks, what are the best moments for you while you were in Newton School? What was one best moment for you in Newton School that you always remember?
So the best moment was when I first came second in a DSA internal contest at Newton School. So because I said ki I started with no clue about it, ki what is it? And the first time when I was at the second position in the leaderboard. So yes, that was one of the moments ki I felt ki yes, I have learned so far anything.
All right, Jenish, is there anything else you want to share from your side? Because this is the end of the session and we've answered most of the questions. So, is there anything you would like to share, or why would you recommend Newton School to any student or anybody looking to learn programming?
So like I would recommend Newton School to anyone who would like to get a like switch or any heads up in his career. Like if he's stuck at a point ki he's not getting into any of the companies and still wants a better career. So why Newton School is better? Because like there is no other harm if we join and do not get a job. Like if we join and we do not get a job, essentially we do not have to pay and we would still have all the learnings that we have at Newton School. So yes, we just want to dedicate our time, and if we are honest with the course itself, so I'm sure ki, like there would be no one who wouldn't get a job like with Newton School.
All right, Janice. Thank you so much for taking out on a busy Sunday. Can we take one more question? There's one interesting question in the comment section.
Sure.
So, this question is, how did you manage to get into Newton School without a CSE background?
So like the qualifying round at Newton School was mostly consisting of aptitude questions and basic programming questions. So I said ki I was also programming on hardware before this. So the language was different. Like I used to work on embedded C, Arduino language, but I was still having some of the basic knowledge of programming as well. And aptitude, like I was little bit strong in aptitude from starting. So yes.
So yeah. So see, there's just one criteria if you want to get into Newton School. You have to be able to clear our entrance test, which mainly consists of aptitude and basic coding skills, right? So you can look at the internet for all these resources, and yeah, that's how, if you clear the first round, that's how you get into Newton School. All right, Jenish, thank you so much for taking time out. All the best at your journey with Rapido, and all the best for all your future endeavors. And Newton School is extremely proud of where you've come till